Bryce Harper is not overrated. In fact, I'm here to tell you, he's actually underrated.
1-0 looking for a fastball.
In the air, right center field. The first one in the Phillies uniform is a bomb into the second deck for Bryce Harper, and the Phils lead it 7.
All I've been hearing all year long, Bryce Harper's overrated. Bryce Harper's not worth $330 million. Bryce Harper's not worth that contract. And these people could not be more wrong. Like, listen, man, the guy had a hot start with the Phillies. Then he had a little bit of a slump. He got booed by Philly fans. But it seems like everybody got stuck right there. They don't know anything that happened after that. Bryce Harper just got his 100th RBI this season. There's 20 games left in the season, and he has 100 RBIs. He's actually batting .257 with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 87 walks. He's the first Phillies player to have 30 home runs and 100 RBIs since Ryan Howard in 2011. If that's a down year, if that's a bad year, then he's underrated. If 30 home runs and 100 RBIs is a bad year, yeah, listen, he doesn't bat 300. But I don't think he ever batted 300. I'm pretty sure Ryan Howard led the majors in home runs in 2005, batting .254. You understand what I'm saying? They're home run hitters. They swing hard. They hit the ball 450 feet or they don't hit it at all. That's just the way it is. Now, look, people want to say Bryce is overrated by comparing him to Mike Trout because they both came out in 2012. Bryce was the NL Rookie of the Year. Mike Trout was the AL Rookie of the Year. And Mike Trout is not a human being. Mike Trout's on another planet. It's okay to not be as good as Mike Trout. That doesn't make you overrated. Mike Trout's going to be one of the top 5 players to ever play the game when he's done. For those that don't know, back in March, The Athletic had a yearly player poll where players voted on certain awards for their peers. And the players voted Bryce Harper most overrated player in Major League Baseball. Bryce didn't really have much to say about that. He said something like, I don't have anything to say. You know, I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? You know what I mean? This guy's been gunned for his whole career. He was a high school celebrity. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16 years old in 2009. He was dubbed the Chosen One. Somebody called him the LeBron James of baseball. He's had these insane expectations to live up to his whole career. And if you fall just short of being the LeBron James of baseball, you can still be really, really, really good. Not overrated. I mean, you can still be one of the best and not be the LeBron James of baseball. You understand? Like I said, he won the NL Rookie of the Year in 2012 at 19 years old. He's the second youngest player to ever win the NL Rookie of the Year award. 19 years old. He was a 2015 MVP. He led the entire majors in OBPS, slugging percentage, OPS, adjusted OPS. He led the National League in runs with 118. He led the National League in home runs with 42. Just so you know, there's only 17 players in history who qualified for a batting title while having an adjusted OPS over 185. And let me tell you who those players are, just in case you still think Bryce Harper is overrated. Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Willie McCovey, Dick Allen, George Brett, Sammy Sosa, Jim Thome, Mike Schmidt, Frank Thomas, Jeff Bagwell, Jason Giambi, Mike Trout, and Bryce Harper. That's a pretty good list. That's a pretty good list. I'm willing to say with all of my heart, if you're on a list with those names, you're not overrated. You wouldn't be anywhere near that list if you were overrated. I'm just saying. Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Jeff Bagwell, Jim Thome, Mike Schmidt. Come on, man. Listen, Bryce Harper's the only reason anybody watches this team. He's the only reason. If Bryce Harper was not on this Phillies team, nobody would be watching. Nobody would be in the stands. I mean, it is what it is. I was at the game last year in Philly. We were sitting behind him in right field. We were yelling stuff like, Bryce, come to Philly. Bryce, you're never going to win there. You know, and he was just laughing, whatever. But I looked up at the stands and there was nobody there. Nobody gave a damn. There wasn't a single name on this Phillies roster that made anybody excited. Rhys Hoskins, kind of. I took a picture of it, of the empty stadium, and sent it to my mom. And I said, look, Mom, this is why we need Bryce Harper. And boom! $330 million. Sets a record for one-day ticket sales. Sets a record for one-day jersey sales. Jersey's still the #1 selling jersey in baseball. From a business perspective, Bryce Harper's worth every single penny of that contract. I don't want to hear that. Also, the walk-off grand slam is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
2-2 with the bases loaded and 1 out. Deep to right field, way up there, and way out. Second deck walk-off home run.
I mean, for them to be down 5-1 and to make that comeback in the bottom of the 9th inning, and for Bryce to see the pitches that he saw and then get a fastball a foot off the plate and turn his hip that fast to make contact on the barrel and send that thing into the upper deck, man, that was amazing. Listen, bottom line, Bryce Harper's not overrated. He's worth every penny of that $330 million contract. If you think Bryce Harper's overrated, put it in the comments and let me know why. Back it up with some stats, because I just gave you all the stats that show why he's actually underrated. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you love talking Philly sports, hit the subscribe button. That's all I do on this channel is talk Philly sports. Join the Run It Back Army. Peace.